NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you a battle for first place in the CRBL-North as the current first place Cavaliers travel to Chippewa Falls to take on the hot on their heels Tilden Tigers. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Tigers. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Page's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Page Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to get some perspective on how today's game fits in overall. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's games from Casper Park, and we'll do just that. Coming up right after this brief timeout, you're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's games between the CRBL-North leading Eau Claire Cavaliers and the team growling right at their heels, the Tilden Tigers. Now, the Cavaliers had their 19-game winning streak snapped last Wednesday when they were defeated by the Osseo Merchants 8-3. That loss cut the Cavalier lead in the CRBL North to a mere game over the Tigers. Now, in that loss to the Merchants, the Cavaliers were stymied by very effective pitching from Merchant starter Logan Betcher. That led the Cavalier bats going unusually quiet as the Cavs were only able to muster 4 hits. Cavalier starting pitcher Paul Petit struggled for the first time this season. He only worked 2 innings, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits. Carter Hesselman came in to throw the 3rd and 4th innings and didn't fare much better. He gave up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, on 3 hits. Then Ethan Kelberg, Jackson Vance, and Adam LaRock combined to pitch the final 5 innings, and together they allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. Petit was credited with the loss, making his record 5-1 with a 0.88 ERA. At the plate, only Cooper Kapanke, Cole Tyman, Jackson Vance, and Gabe O'Brien managed to garner hits, all of which were singles. Now, Kapanke was thrown out while trying to stretch his hit into a double. Now, that loss makes today's doubleheader against the Tilden Tigers doubly important. And we'll be right back after this timeout to take a look at today's games. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Now, taking a look at today's Chippewa River Baseball League action, the Cavaliers currently are sitting in first place in the CRBL North with a 13-1 record. The Tigers are right behind them at 12-2, only a game back. Like the Cavaliers, the Tigers split their games with the defending champion Osseo Merchants. However, unlike the Cavaliers, who swept a doubleheader from the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, the Tigers could only manage a split. The Tigers are currently riding an 8-game winning streak. Most recently, the Tigers swept a doubleheader from the Cadott Red Sox by identical 10-0 scores. The last time the Tigers were defeated was way back on May 9th when the Osseo Merchants performed the deed by a score of 5-2. The Tigers are led in hitting by John Shue and in pitching by Nolan Byer and Justin Martell. Now, coming into tonight's game, the Cavaliers are still being led at the plate by Zach Stang, who, after going 0-2 last Wednesday, is hitting .440. The Cavaliers also have another 7 players hitting well over .300. On the mound, the Cavaliers starting pitchers are led by Tanner Halverson with a 2-0 record and a 0.00 ERA. Carter Hesselman and Paul Petit are also contributing solid performances. Hesselman sports a 3-0 record with a 2.25 ERA, while Petit has a 5-1 record with a 0.88 ERA. Chase Burdell, Tanner Halverson, Paul Petit, Kendra Angulo, and Ethan Kelberg are the Cavalier pitchers who've picked up saves this year. Overall, in spite of last Wednesday's loss, the Cavalier pitching staff has an impressive combined ERA of 2.61 while holding opposing hitters to 214 batting average. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Page's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Page Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Time now for the Ryan Page Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Page gives us his perspective on today's Cavalier action. And now, the Ryan Page Show.
We're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Page, and, well, Ryan, we kind of figured it would happen someday, but Wednesday, the Cavaliers' 19-game winning streak came to an end at the hand of the Osseo Merchants, 8-3. Your thoughts about how that game played out?
Well, we were trying to save some pitching for Sunday, and so we threw a lot of different guys. But like I told the guys after the game, we only had 4 hits, and especially in this league and especially against Osseo, you just can't get 4 hits in a game against a team like that and expect to come away with a win.
Now, you mentioned that in that game, the Cavaliers only managed 4 hits. Are you concerned about any kind of a hitting slump, or did the Cavs just run into a really hot pitcher?
No, Logan Betcher's a great pitcher. He really is, and he threw a heck of a ball game. He's been on this whole season, and like I said, we just ran into a really good pitcher that night, and I'm not too concerned about our hitting.
Now, today, it's a battle for first place in the CRBL-North as the Cavaliers take on the Tilden Tigers. Right. Now, the Tigers are currently only 1 game behind the Cavaliers, so these games could really make a big difference in the standings. What do you know about the Tigers and the challenges that they present?
Still don't have. I know they hit the ball well. Looking at what they've done so far this year, they've scored the most runs out of anybody else in the league. So they definitely put the ball in play, and our defense is going to have to be ready, and our pitching's going to have to be able to spot up on the corners and mix speeds and mix locations well to keep them off balance. On the flip side, defensively for them, they've only given up 31 runs in 14 games, and we've given up only 29. So I know they got some pitching that can back up their hitting as well. So it should be a real good doubleheader to come see.
Now, this could boil down to the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to be the one that comes out on top.
It very well could be. Yep, and we're expecting a fight on Sunday here, and we're really looking forward to it.
Now, last Wednesday, the Cavalier pitchers struggled a little bit with keeping runners off bases, which turned into runs. Any concerns there, and who's going to be on the mound for you today?
I don't have any concerns there. Like I said, pitchers every now and then will run into a bad outing like that. And you had Carter Hesselman come out of the bullpen on Wednesday night. He's not usually a bullpen guy. He's normally a starter for us. So I'm not too concerned about what we saw from our pitchers on Wednesday night. But today it's going to be Tanner Halverson in Game 1 and Paul Petit Game 2.
Now, Ryan, good luck on today's games. Hopefully, the Cavs can get back on the winning track and keep that first place position in the CRBL-North.
That's what we're looking for.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Page Show with Cavalier manager Ryan Page's outlook on today's Cavalier action. Stay tuned. More in the dugout is coming right up.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers. Now, taking a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League, the only action since the All-Star break was last Wednesday when the Cavaliers had their 19-game winning streak snapped by the Osseo Merchants 8-3. That leaves the CRBL-North looking like this. The Cavaliers are still sitting on top, now only a game ahead of the Tilden Tigers. The Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks remain in third place, 4 games out, and the Bloomer Woodticks follow at 7 games off the pace. Then come the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 12 games behind, and the Cadott Red Sox are 13 games out. In the CRBL South, the Osseo Merchants widened their lead to 3.5 games ahead of the Eau Claire Bears, while the Whitehall Wolves are in third place, 4.5 games out, and the Eau Claire Rivermen are currently in fourth place, 6.5 games out of first. The Beef River Bullfrogs are 12 games off the pace. Today's games between the Cavaliers and the Tigers are the featured matchup in the CRBL. This a doubleheader sweep today by the Tigers would leave them in first place in the CRBL North by a game over the Cavaliers. Now, a doubleheader split would leave things as they are, and a sweep by the Cavaliers would extend their lead in the North to 3 games and leave the Cavs sitting in the proverbial catbird seat. So the stage is set for some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petschow at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls as we bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today Go to ready.gov/myplan.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Help us celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League. And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Casper Field in Chippewa Falls. And we're trying to get rid of some echoes and things that, there we go. Now we should be in pretty good shape. We're at Casper Field in Chippewa Falls, and Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow, who's doing double duty today on the camera. And
double duty.
Go ahead and try and say that again.
Oh, yeah, maybe you can't hear me.
I don't know. I
Okay.
had you earlier.
Try again. Check 1, 2. There you go.
And yeah, we're going to figure it out eventually, get it all taken care of. But right now, we've got Cavalier baseball coming up, and they're taking on the Tilden Tigers from Casper Field in Chippewa Falls. And yeah, we had a last-minute camera, all 3 cameras went over us, and just got it back up, and so timing's everything. We're getting ready to get things started. They're having a problem getting their public address system going here, and it looks like maybe they're into their booth now, and hopefully get things ready to roll here in just a second from Casper Park. While we're waiting, let me run through the starting lineups for you. For the Cavaliers, leading off and playing left field is Mitch Fowler. Batting second and center field is Gabe O'Brien. Batting third, the third baseman, Cooper Kapanke. Batting fourth and pitching today is Tanner Halverson. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Anthony Pogodzinski. Batting sixth, the catcher, Cole Timon. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Jackson Vance. Batting eighth, right field, Jalen Williams. And batting ninth and playing second base is Cole Leckvin. The starting lineups for the Tilden Tigers, leading off and playing second base is Alex Ruff. Batting second, the catcher, Dane Wieland. Batting third, right fielder, John Schuck. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Cole Zwiefelhofer. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Nolan Byer. Batting sixth, center fielder, Noah Hansen. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Cooper Fosvik. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Tanner Opsahl. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Carl Krummenauer. On the mound for the Tilden Tigers today is Anthony Davis. And we'll give you a little more information about our players and starting lineups and all that kind of stuff in just a minute. The managers are going to be meeting out at home plate, and we're going to get that all to you coming up next, right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Information on the board. I believe it's one first prize is $500.
And welcome back to Casper Park. Rick Olson here, along with Dan Petchow and Monroe on the switcher today. And hopefully you can hear us okay. It looks like we're getting our signal out the way it should be. At least that's what I'm hoping is happening. And those of you who are listening on the audio, hopefully you can hear us as well. And I don't know if you can or not, because I'm having a hard time picking that up. And I think I figured out what's going on here. And maybe anyway, the Tigers have taken the mound and are taking the field. And we're quickly scrambling to try to get our Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service up and running. And it should be in just a moment. And so please bear with me for just a minute. Whoa, that's not what I want. Well, we're getting closer. And we'll try this again. And anyway, up to bat is Mitch Voller. And hopefully we can get things going. If not, we will have it for the second game, but we are able to get our audio going. Count goes to 0-2 to Voller. Andy Davis on the mound. And Voller goes down looking. Davis has a 1-0 record with an ERA of 1.80. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien with 1 out. We're in the top of the first inning. First pitch is low for a ball. O'Brien batting .222. And a pop foul on the left side. Out into the soccer fields. And a base hit out into right field by Gabe O'Brien. That'll bring up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke batting .389. Davis checks the runner and the pitch. Fly ball out in the right field, hooking foul, and getting a glove on it, but can't quite make the catch. Is Such. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name. Davis into the motion. Kapanke fouls it back over the screen. And the pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kapanke. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Kapanke goes down swinging. So 2 down, brings up Tanner Halverson. Halverson batting .392. He's got 20 hits in 51 appearances, 18 RBI, 4 home runs on the season. And the first pitch is called strike on the outside half of the plate. Here's Davis and his pitch. Ball is fouled away just off to the right side.
Towards my truck.
It was towards your truck.
That's okay. But just make it
That
look
truck's
like,
been hit by worse things than that baseball.
right. Just make it look like a golf ball.
And another foul ball. He's trying to zoom in on your truck, I think, there, Dan. Did you roll your window down?
I did.
That was a smart move. Yeah, we can't get that truck damaged. That's what gets our broadcast trailer to its location. Right now, we're in a perfect spot here in Chippewa Falls. 2 balls, or no balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, runner on first. The 0-2 pitch, chop foul right at the plate. Count remains 0-2. Nice crowd of people here at Casper Park today. Davis at the belt and the pitch. Fouled straight back into the screen. And a line shot right at the second baseman, goes right through his glove. That was rough. Thought he had a beat on it in second, and it went right off his fingertips. Halverson's at first. O'Brien scoots into third base, and we're going to call that an error on the second baseman. And it's going to bring up Anthony Pogodzinski for the Cavaliers with runners on the corners. And we have a courtesy runner in for Halverson. I did not catch the runner as he went out, or the number as he went out there. I think it's Chase Yeager, but I'm not sure about that. Polo fouls it off on the left side, out of play. This is Chase Yeager over there at first base. And another foul ball on the left side. Dan, get ready. They might give you one to try to catch here before too long.
Yeah, you know, I thought we were close enough to the fence here, but maybe we're not.
And the pitch. Another foul shot out into the soccer field behind us. And a called third strike on Pogo. So the Cavaliers getting no runs on one hit. There was one Tilden Tiger error and 2 men left on base. We played a half an inning in the score. Cavaliers nothing, and the Tilden Tigers coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Broadcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. Tanner Halverson on the mound for the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers defensively, Timon's behind the plate. At third base is Kapanke. Shortstop is Vance. Second base is Leckman. First base is Pogo. Out in the outfield, it's Bauer, O'Brien, and Williams going from left to right. And as I mentioned, Tanner Halverson on the mound for the Cavaliers. Just picked up his second win of the season a week ago last Wednesday down at Osseo. That was a big win that night. He still has a 0.00 ERA. So stepping up is Alex Ruff, the one who let the ball get through his glove over there at second base. And the first pitch is a strike called on the inside corner. Ruff is batting .346, showed bunt, offered at it for strike 2. And the ball's fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes to Alex Ruff. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. Halverson in the wind and the fire. Fly ball into shallow left field. Back is Vance, but being called off by Mitch Bauer, and Bauer makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Dane Whelan. Here's the first pitch to Wheeland, is inside for a ball. Halverson into the wind and the fire. Called strike over the outside corner. What I didn't realize on this scoreboard, they have a pitch count.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Which is kind of a nice feature. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That's just a little bit low. 3 balls and a strike now to Wheeland. Here's the wind and the fire. Swing and a miss. Count goes full. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Wheeland goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, John Shuck. Shuck is hitting .350 this year with 14 hits and 40 at-bats. He's got a home run, 6 doubles. And the first pitch is called a ball. Here's the wind and the fire. That was just missed. Ball 2. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's a called strike. Two balls and 1 strike. We have a wonderful breeze here. What could be an otherwise very hot day. We have a nice breeze, keeping things comfortable, and that one's fouled away on the right side.
Oh,
just missed the truck.
Went right over it this time.
Hold you, Dan. They're zeroing in on you.
And here I thought I was going to be safe over there.
Here's the pitch, swing and miss, strike 3. 3 up and 3 down for the Tilden Tigers. And we've completed 1. No score from Chippewa Falls. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe.
To meet your lifestyle and budget with expert claim service at the leading reason. Protect your refuge today by requesting a free quote at peakinsurance.com.
And
check out florida.bank/insurance for more.
We still don't know why we're not getting much of anything on our audio feed.
It's time to protect your crops. Strategic fungicide applications address disease patterns and resistance. One fungicide, only centimeters to the seed growth stages, improves broad spectrum disease control, leading to.
But we're going into the top of the second inning with Cole Timon coming up for the Cavaliers. And Timon sends one out into right field, going back and back on the warning track, and making the catch is Shuck. And that's out number 1. That brings up Jackson Vance. Vance hitting .263. And the first pitch is a called strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Krummenauer at short, picks it up, fires over to first, and he doesn't get it there in time. He did not field it cleanly on the field. Let's see if they put up a hit or an error on the board. And evidently they don't have that stat going up on the board. I have a funny feeling they're going to call that an error on the shortstop. But that brings up Jalen Williams. Williams shows bunt, Vance off towards second. He gets in and he got under the tag. That was a really close play. Williams showed bunt, more to protect the runner than anything, and Vance just barely slid underneath the tag. You've heard me talk about Jalen Williams. He's only hitting $179, but he has 5 hits on the season. All 5 are doubles. That's all he does is hit doubles. Be a good time for that right now. He fouls that one off on the right side. One ball, one strike. Vance with a good lead at second. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Williams into his stance. Here's the pitch. That's inside for ball 2. Counts all even at 2-2. Here's the pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. So Williams goes down swinging. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Cole McMillan. Two down, top of the second inning. Pitch is inside for ball 1. Jackson Vance on second base. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left center field, and under it making the catch is Hansen for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no error, or 1 error, and 1 man left on base. Inning and a half done, no score. From Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Broadcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Chippewa Falls. Getting ready to head to the bottom of the second inning. No score. Due up for the Tilden Tigers, we have Cole Zwiefelhofer, Nolan Byer, and Noah Hansen. Zwiefelhofer steps up to the plate. He's hitting .409 on the year. And the first pitch is swung on a missed at the high changeup that time. Strike one. Here's the wind and the pitch. Just below the knees for ball one. Halverson winds and fires. Fly ball out into left field. Circling under it is Mitch Voller. He makes the catch for out number one. That brings up Nolan Byer. And Byer's hitting .426 on the year. Pitch is outside. He's got 3 home runs on the season. Here's the wind and the fire. Swung on a missed. That one pulled Byer all the way around. Counts even at 1-1. Two balls and a strike now. Here's the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Outside. Count goes to 3-1. Cavalier infield playing back. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's just inside for ball 4. So Byer draws the walk. That's going to bring up Noah Hansen. And we don't have any stats on Noah Hansen. Here's the pitch. Foul back into the screen for strike one. Halverson at the belt. And it's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. Curveball, it didn't quite come over the plate. And the throw over to first, and they got him at first base. They got Nolan Byer with a pickoff on first base for the second out of the inning. Halverson threw the ball right where it needed to go. Pogo put the tag on just as Byer was sliding into the bag. Byer actually slid right into the tag. Halverson with the wind and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Outside. Curveball just missed outside. Halverson checks the sign, and the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 2 innings, and it's no score from Chippewa Falls. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey Raccoon, where you off to in such a hurry?
I'm getting out of here. I heard that the family who owns this place just hired Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
No, not Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control. Why, the last place they were at, all the animals like us disappeared and were never heard from again.
Right. That's why I'm leaving.
Honey, gather the kids. We've got to go.
Got animal pests? Let Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control handle your problem. Call them at 715-832-1640. That's Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
Yeah, it's Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Ann Monroe. And we're at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. And let's see here. We have, leading off the top of the order for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller, who struck out looking on 3 straight pitches his first time up. And the first pitch is called a strike. And a chopper to short, and they're not going to have a play. Mitch Voller is safe, and that's going to be an infield hit. So Voller on first. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. Throw over to first, and back in safe is Voller. Here's the pitch to O'Brien. It's a ball. And the throw over to first. Voller back in safely. Davis takes another look over at first. And a ground ball right back up off Davis's leg, and it gets through to the center field. And a throw over to third as Voller checks in at third. And over to second on the play is Gabe O'Brien. So O'Brien gets a single to center field. Went to he went over to second on the play at third. And the Cavaliers have runners at second and third. Cooper Kapanke at the plate. Kapanke fouls it back to the screen. Two runners on for the Cavs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung and a missed. Kapanke. Looking for the pitch, and it's outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. That one's high for ball 2. Davis is working from the windup now with the runner at third. Runners are at second and third. Nobody's really going anywhere unless Kapanke does something with it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Kapanke goes down swinging for the second time today. That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. One out, 2 on. 2 runners in scoring position. Cavaliers need to convert. Here's the windup. High and inside, the ball gets away from Wieland, and in to score is Mitch Fowler. And that moves Gabe O'Brien over to third. Halverson got on an error by the second baseman his last time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. The 1-1 pitch fouled off on the right side, heading for Dan's truck. Between games? It's really your wife's truck, isn't it?
Well, good point. Oh, yeah. Oh, that wouldn't be so good.
Your wife would not like that if there were some baseball holes in that truck.
I would definitely do it.
This one even. And a fly ball out into right center field. Heading over there is Hansen. And it falls in between Hansen and Schuck. And Halverson's going to check in with a triple at third. The ball gets by the third baseman. Halverson coming toward the plate. The throw is high, and Halverson comes in to score. So Halverson gets credited with a triple and then scores on the error. And we've got to say that's an error on the throw. That's going to bring up Anthony Pogodzinski. So 3 runs in for the Cavaliers on that play. Pogo's up with 1 out. And high pop foul. Lands just behind the people in their lawn chairs down the left field line. Nice ballpark. Just bring your lawn chairs, sit down and watch a ball game. Davis into the windup and the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Lands just foul. Pulled it pretty hard to the right that time, so he sent one to the right foul territory, to the left foul territory. Here's the windup, and the 0-2 pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. That's the second time Pogo struck out today. This time swinging. Brings up Cole Timon. Last time up, Timon flew out deep to right field. Two down now. Nobody on. 3 runs in for the Cavaliers. Pitch is inside for ball 1. high pop foul. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. It's high and away. Ball two. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike, evens the count at 2-2. We're in the top of the third inning. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Off the right side. Boy, Dan's head just swings like crazy when that goes that way. He might have some splaining to do with his wife.
She's been waiting she has been waiting.
Here's a fly ball out into left field, and over under it is Wiefelhofer to make the catch for the final out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and nobody left on base. We've played 2.5 innings, and the new score, Cavaliers 3 and the Tilden Tigers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 21st when the Cavaliers take on the Whitehall Wolves from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Casper Park. Almost made the mistake. Almost made the mistake. It's inevitable that today sometime I'm going to say we're at Carson Park. We were at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. Cavaliers on top in the bottom of the third inning. 3-0 over the Tilden Tigers. Due up for the Tigers in this bottom half of the inning is the bottom third of the lineup. Cooper Fosvik, Tanner Opsel, and Carl Krummenauer. Halverson averaging 14 pitches per inning, which is pretty close to right about where you want it to be. And leading off for the Tilden Tigers is the designated hitter, Cooper Fosvik. Fosvik batting .333. First pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. He's got 4 RBIs on the season. Here's the wind and the pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. That was just outside.
I'll be right there.
So here's the wind and the pitch. That's high for ball 2. Count goes even. First of 2 today. And the pitch goes outside. Count is full now. 2 7-inning games. Cavaliers against the Tigers in a pretty critical matchup in the CRBL-North. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Swung and a miss for strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Halverson. First out of the inning. And it brings up Tanner Opsahl, the first baseman. And we don't have any stats on Opsahl. So we don't know what to tell you about him, other than he's standing in the batter's box right now with a 1-0 count. Here's the wind and the pitch. And now the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball out towards short. Jackson Vance with the play, throws over, and he threw it wide. And Opsahl's going to check in at second. And they throw it into left field, but Opsahl's going to stay at second because he slid in there. So Opsahl gets on the air by the Cavaliers. Jackson Vance tried to hurry his throw. That's going to bring up Carl Krummenauer. Krummenauer's hitting 179, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss for a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Right down the middle of the plate, called strike. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 2 down. That's also strikeout number 5 for Halverson. Go back to the top of the order with Alex Ruff, who flew out to left field his first time up. And the pitch is inside. One ball, no strikes. Halverson's pitch, swung and a miss for strike 1. And the pitch is a little bit low. The throw down to third. And he's safe in at third base. The ball got away from Timon. He turned, fired it to Kapanke. He was very close with the tag. It was a good throw by Timon. But Opsahl got in just ahead of the tag. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Tigers have a runner at third. Halverson winds and deals. Called strike. That was a late call, but it was a strike call. Evens the count at 2-2. One of Ann's many admirers trying to get a hold of her.
I'm telling you, fans all the time.
She is, I tell you. She's got to be one of the most popular people around. Most of the fan mail we get is about Ann. 3-2 is the count. It's Alex Ruff. High pop foul and out of play.
Over the fence.
That was about 20 feet behind your truck, Dan. Count remains 3-2. There's the pitch. It's high for ball 4. So Ruff draws the walk, puts runners on the corners. And it brings up Dane Whelan. Whelan struck out his last time up.
Yeah, no wonder everybody parked way back by left field, way back in the left-hand corner. I'm the only one parked down the first baseline.
Whelan steps in. And the pitch. Out high and away. Ball 1. And the pitch is just outside. Ball 2. Tanner Halverson pitched 7 very strong innings down in Osseo. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's a little bit high. There's the pitch. And a 4-pitch walk to Whelan. It loads the bases. And that brings John Shuck up to the plate. He struck out his first time up. We have a courtesy runner coming in. And the courtesy runner is in fact today, oh no it isn't, is PJ Lakoya is out there. Lakoya is pinch running, or courtesy running. Bases loaded, 2 balls, no strikes. That's at least 7 straight balls that have been thrown by Halverson. Because he walked Ruff, then threw a 4-pitch walk. Now he gets a strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. Three and 1. Nowhere to put him. Two out. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 4, and he just walked it around. That's going to bring up Cole Zwiefelhofer, and it's also going to cause a trip to the mound by Ryan Page.
Yeah, maybe I'll just give him a little break.
And Page is going to leave him in. We don't have a good angle at the Cavalier bullpen because we're looking through about 4 different fences. But I don't see anybody down there starting to work.
Yeah, I don't see anybody down there. Should they just have a little meeting and reset?
Change recipes.
Change recipes.
Zwiefelhofer steps in, and the first pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Page may have just gone out there to settle things down a little bit. Here's the wind and the fire. And a called strike over the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Zwiefelhofer, who flew out to left field his first time up. And chop foul down the first base line. Count remains 0-2. Alverson into the wind, and the 0-2 pitch. Oh, it was just a little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot out into center field. That's going to bring in 2 runs for sure. And the throw is high. And the toss down to third. And the runner is safe at third. That's John Shuck at third. Going over to second on the play at third is Zwiefelhofer. And 2 runs score, tying the game. And Ryan Page is out discussing something with the umpire. They seem to be leaving on very congenial terms. The umpire patted Ryan on the shoulder. But we are now tied. Tilden Tigers have runners at second and third, and stepping up to the plate is Nolan Byer. Here's the pitch to Byer. It's high.
Line guy.
There's the wind and the pitch. That's inside. And believe it or not, none of those runs are earned runs. There's the wind and the fire. High fly foul on the right side. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Swung on a strike 3. So, for the Tilden Tigers, 3 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Cavalier error, 2 men left on base. Of those 3 runs, none of them were earned runs. And the score after 3 innings is the Cavs 3 and the Tigers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
And we're back here at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. The Cavaliers opened up a 3-run lead in the top of the third, only to see the Tilden Tigers tie it up in the bottom half of the third, and we're all tied at 3 after 3. So going into the top of the 4th inning for the Cavaliers, we have the bottom third of the lineup: Jackson Vance, Jalen Williams, and Cole Weckman. Vance got on what I thought was an error by the shortstop. We'll have to wait and see what the official scorer has to say about that. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Boy, Dan, you're lucky that little extra piece of fence was there on the backstop. That one was headed in a dangerous way.
That pickup's definitely get moved in between games.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike two. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Into the woods off the right side. Here's the pitch. Looper out into right field, and it falls foul. Now it remains 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. A line shot right back into the glove of Andy Davis for the first out. That'll bring up Jalen Williams, the right fielder for the Cavaliers, and Williams struck out his first time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. High pop up. Called by third baseman Byer was put up. Nolan Byer with the squeeze of the glove. 2 outs. That'll bring up Cole Leckman. And he follows that one back into the screen. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, moving over underneath it is Winkelhofer. He makes the catch. And the Cavaliers go out quietly in the top of the 4th. So hits no errors, nobody left on. We played 3.5 and we're tied at 3.
Just a reminder that we have raffles coming up here.
We're tuned to Captain Baseball, over like Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. AWSCA sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at Westwind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NWLN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. And we're all tied at 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Alverson's still on the mound for the Cavaliers. He kind of let the pitch count get away from him a little bit last half inning. He's up to 65 pitches. As Andy Davis for the Tigers is only throwing 43 pitches. Due up for the Tigers, Noah Hansen, Cooper Fosbick, and Tanner Opsahl. Opsahl's the one who got things started in the last inning for the Tigers. The error. Wide throw over to first. Jackson Vance at first. Opsahl ended up over to second. And it's kind of open. All right, Noah Hansen is up. And Hansen struck out his first time up. Swing and a miss, strike one. Halverson into the wind, and the 0-1 pitch is called a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit rough. Halverson winds. And the pitch swung and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 8 on the day for Halverson. Yeah, with the exception of the 3 walks that he gave up last inning, Halverson's pitched a very effective game. And all of a sudden, it's like somebody put up a force field over the plate, and Halverson could not throw a strike. His life depended on it. Here's the first pitch, swung on a miss for strike 1 to Fosvik. Fosvik struck out his first time up. Pitch is a little low and inside. 1 ball and a strike. One pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. He may have gotten a piece of it because the ball came shooting back to the screen. Here's the wind in the 1-2 pitch. That's high for ball 2. Here's the windup. And the 2-2 pitch is inside for ball 3. Windup and the pitch is high and outside for ball 4. That's going to bring up Tanner Opsahl. As we were mentioning just a couple minutes ago, he got out on the error by Jackson Vance. As the pitch is high and away for ball 1. Halverson at the belt and the pitch. And that one's just outside for ball 2. There's a called strike. 2 balls and a strike now to Opsahl. And the pitch is just low. There's the belt and the pitch. Outside for ball 4.
You know, Rick, he's trying to find that curveball. And he's been doing better just throwing that fastball. See if they can just catch up to it. They haven't really been able to catch up to it yet.
I think you're right. Halverson's pitch is a called strike. Again, that's the fastball. Krummenauer. Krummenauer struck out his first time up. So at the belt and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. 2 on, 1 out. Fosvik on second. Opsahl on first. Krummenauer at the plate. Here's the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner for strike 3. So Clement goes down looking, and back to the top of the order, Alex Ruff. Ruff flew out to left, and then drew a walk and scored last inning. Here's the first pitch, and that's a called strike at the letters. And you're right, Dan, when he comes in with a fastball, it's right there.
Yeah, keep pitching until they can hit it.
Swing and a miss. He pulled the string on that one. Little change of pace. And Ruff took kind of half-hearted swing at it. Time called. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a miss for strike 3. So, we have no runs on, no hits, no errors. 2 were left on base. We played 4, and we're all tied at 3-3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Pardon me, folks. Is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo?
No, sir. But you can ride it this time.
That's right. This is the Chippewa Valley Railroad located in Carson Park. Hop on and take a ride through scenic Carson Park on Sundays from noon to 5, Memorial Day through Labor Day. Ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. It's fun for the whole family.
And the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV has your tickets to ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. That's right, we're giving away to a lucky winner 2 youth tickets during each Cavalier game that we broadcast. Simply enter by emailing us at info at Northern Light Webcasting Network, and we'll have that up there for you. Info at northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com. That's info at Northern Light Webcasting Network, all one word, .com. The drawing will be on Tuesday, and the winner will be notified by email. And starting off the top of the 5th inning for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller. Voller struck out looking his first time up and then got on an infield hit. And he grounds this one over to third, scooped up and thrown over to first. Byer made the play, throws it over to Opsahl, and 1 away. That's actually the first routine ground out that we've had in today's game. It brings up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien is 2 for 2. And the first pitch is a called strike. He singled to right and singled to center. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fly ball left, foul ball out of play. On the walkway out towards the parking lot. And the 0-1 pitch to O'Brien is chopped foul on the down the third base line. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. That's a little low. Andy Davis into the wind and the pitch. This one's chopped foul down the first base side. Nice play by Carter Hesselman over there in the first base coach's box. Now a fly ball down the right field line is hooking foul. Lands up against the fence. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gabe O'Brien at the plate. Andy Davis in the wind and the fire. That one's pop back foul behind us. Out into the soccer fields. Davis into his wind. And the pitch is inside for ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 away. We're in the top of the 5th inning. A chopper down the first base line, and it rolls foul. I don't know, Dan, I would have thought real seriously about fielding that one and tagging him out.
Yeah, since it was right on the baseline. Been an easy tag.
This way they give him a second chance. It's a new life. There's a pop foul behind us. Two balls, 2 strikes. The fans are kind of coming alive. And a line shot out into left field and a base hit. 3 for 3 for Gabe O'Brien today. And he's hit all 3 fields. And he hit them in order. Right, then center, then left. So O'Brien checks in at first base with 1 out. Brings up Cooper Kapanke, who is a little overdue. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. Light breeze blowing in from right center field. And the pitch is a little high. I think Kapanke gets a break because his knees are up to my armpits. His shoulders are high, but they're higher than what the umpire sees. And there's a fly ball out into right field way back. Getting under it is Shuck, and he makes the catch. Or Shook. And O'Brien is back to first. Brings up Tanner Halverson, tripled his last time up. And then scored when they overthrew third base. And the first pitch caught the inside corner. And fouls that one back. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the one and the fire. Fouled off on the right side. Here's the wheel in the deal. A high chopper just beyond the mound, and they try to make a play, and they're not going to be able to make that play, and I think he's going to get an infield hit on that. I don't think they have much of a chance at a play. Klemmenauer couldn't quite pick it up, and it would have been a miracle play had he made it. So we're going to give Tanner Halverson an infield hit. So we have runners at first and second now with 2 out. And that brings up Pogo, who's gone down on strikes twice. First time looking, second time swinging. And here's a ground ball into right field. Here comes O'Brien around the corner coming into the plate to score, and Halverson checks in a third. So Pogo comes through with a base hit to right field, and that scores Gabe O'Brien. Halverson checks in at third, and the Cavaliers take a 4-3 lead. Cole Timon at the plate, and the first pitch is a called strike. Timon's 0 for 2, flew out to right, flew out to left. How about he flies one out just beyond the 375 sign in center. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That's Casper Park, 316. All right, check that, it's 315 down each foul line. 350 in the power alleys, and 375 the straightaway center. Here's Davis, checks the runners, and the 0-2 pitch is high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. High fly ball in left field, very playable, it's not real deep, and getting under it is Wiefelhofer, and he makes the catch. But the Cavaliers come up with a run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. Halfway through the 5th inning, the Cavaliers are now back on top, 4-3 against the Tilden Tigers on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service. Any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. A WSCA-sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at Westwind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NLWN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe switching the computer for us today. Cavaliers back up on top, 4-3. They picked up a run in the top of the 5th. Halverson remains on the mound. His pitch count's up to 84. And Dane Wieland drew a walk his last time up. Struck out his first time up. He's up for the Tigers. He'll be followed by John Shuck and Cole Wiefelhofer. Here's the wind and the pitch. Slow for a ball. There's the wind and the fire. Foul tip, back into the glove, but it's a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. Grounded over to third base, picked up there and throw over to first, and it's wide of the mark. Kapanke threw it a little bit too wide. and Pogo couldn't quite get there. So Dane Whelan gets on an error. And strike to John Shook. No balls, one strike. There's the pitch, and that's just a little bit high. One ball, one strike. Wheeland on first. And that pitch must have been low. Here's the wind and the pitch. Low for ball 3. Here's the wind and the fire, and it's a called strike over the inside corner, and count goes full. 3 balls, no strikes. Nobody out. Wheeland on first. Halverson at the belt. Payoff pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. That's the second time Shuck has struck out today. He also drew a walk. But it brings up Cole Zwiefelhofer. And Zwiefelhofer flew out to left and has singled. He singled to center, drove in a couple of runs, and the first pitch is low for a ball. Here's the wind and the fire, and that's a called strike. Evens the count at 1-1. With 1 out and 1 on. Here's the wind and the pitch. At the belt, but no, I guess it wasn't. At least me and the umpire had differing opinions on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. You know what? That was about the same place as the last one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Halverson's pitch. Curveball rounded over to second. Picked up by Leckman. Throw over to Pogo at first for the put out. There's 2 down and brings up Nolan Byer, who has walked and struck out. So he's 0 for 1.
What are they saying about
There's the wind and the pitch. That one's fouled back into the screen. Halverson up to 96 pitches. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper over to third, picked up by Kapanke. Throw to first, in time for the put out. And the Cavaliers escape without any damage being done. No runs, no hits, 1 Cavalier error, 1 man left on base. So we've played 5, and it's the Cavaliers 4 and the Tilden Tigers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, heading to the top of the 6th inning. In a game scheduled for 7, because it's the first of 2 today. Cavaliers on top, 4-3. Stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers is the shortstop, Jackson Vance. You know, we did say in the Ryan Page show today, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to end up with the better end of things today. And right now, the errors are tied at 2 apiece. And the first pitch is fouled straight back.
what to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
I'm ready for the Mom. You don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And a swing and a miss. And that's out number 2. So that's going to take us back to the we have a new hitter. It's a pinch hitter. This is PJ LaQuaya. Is batting for Carl Krummenauer. Kremenauer had struck out twice, and the pitch was fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And that pitch just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is called. Strike over the outside corner for strike number 3. And McCoy goes down looking. So we've played 6. We head to the 7th with the Cavaliers on top. 4-3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. AWSCA sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at West Wind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NLWN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at Casper Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe. And
We were first drawing for the first shield.
the Cavaliers are coming up in the top half of the 7th inning. Cooper Kapanke to lead off for the Cavaliers.
Gift card goes to Ronnie Brzezina. You can pick them up at the concession stand. We'll have our 3rd and final after this half inning. 3rd and final of this game, sorry.
So Kapanke steps in. He's 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice and then flew to right. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Davis still on the mound for the Tilden Tigers. He's throwing 62 pitches. There's the pitch. Fly ball out in the center field. Drifting back is Hansen. Under it in front of the fence makes the catch. That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. And Halverson is 2 for 3 today. Got on an error, but then he tripled and got on an infield hit. First pitch is inside for a ball. And that pitch is called strike. Here's the wind in the fire. That's also called a strike over the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Davis into the wind and swing and a miss, strike 3.
I want to give a shout out to our viewers in Florida today, down in Orlando.
Absolutely, although we have very Florida-like weather here today, it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
And that pitch is ball a little bit high. Polo singled his last time up, struck out twice. Fly ball out into left field, drifting over is Wiefelhofer, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So, we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th with the Cavaliers on top, 4-3.
7 o'clock start time, games up at 5.
And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. next game will be on July 21st when the Cavaliers take on the Whitehall Wolves from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and our great audience giving us technical advice from Florida, and we appreciate that. Heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, Cavs up by 1. Trying to preserve that game lead in the CRBL-North. Ethan Kjellberg on the mound for the Cavs in relief, trying to pick up his 3rd save of the season. And leading off is the top of the order for the Tilden Tigers, Alex Ruff. Bunch at foul. No balls and a strike. And the ball is fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So, Alex Ruff goes down swinging, and that's the 2nd time he struck out today. Brings up Dane Wheeland. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He scored a run. Now we're at 0-2 to Wheeland. And the pitch is low and away. There's the wind and the pitch. And it's a called strike for the 2nd out. Give you Helverson's final numbers for the day. He worked 5 innings and gave up 3 runs, none of which were earned. 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, walked 6. And the pitch is a called strike. This is John Shuck. He struck out twice and walked. This is Kjellberg's 2nd inning of relief. That pitch is low for a ball. Halverson threw 96 pitches. Here's the wind and the fire. Outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ethan Kjellberg trying to get save number 3 on the season. And he walks him. So we now have Shuck on first and Cole Zwiefelhofer at the plate. First pitch is a ball. Zwiefelhofer is 1 for 3. And the pitch is a called strike. That's a pitch high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. And here's the pitch. High. Count goes to 3-1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field, moving over and making the catch is Jalen Williams out there in right field. I think that's still Jalen Williams out there in right field. And that will do it for game number 1. Cavaliers come out on top, 4-3 over the Tilden Tigers. For the Cavaliers, they had 4 runs on 9 hits. They committed 2 errors. And the Tigers had 3 runs on 2 hits and committed 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Tanner Halverson. His record will go to 3-0 on the season. His ERA will remain at 0.00 because none of those 3 runs were earned. Losing pitcher, Andy Davis. So the Cavaliers take away the victory, and we'll be back with talking baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network at NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 21st when the Cavaliers take on the Whitehall Wolves from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're back here at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls talking a little baseball. Dan, the Cavs come away with a win. 4-3 in game number 1.
Yeah, it's kind of a roller coaster there.
It was. They opened up that 3-0 lead and immediately gave up. Halverson ran into a little bit of control trouble in the 3rd inning there, and there was a time there he couldn't find the plate if his life depended on it.
Yeah, just couldn't get that curveball down there for a while, and but they couldn't catch up to his but they couldn't catch up to the fastball, so we did a lot better on that. Defense had a little trouble in the first few innings, but overall it ended up all right for the Cavs.
And then Ethan Kelberg came in and did his usual outstanding job in relief, picking up his 3rd save of the season. And I do see Ryan Page heading over this way, so I'll tell you what, why don't we take a real brief time out here, and you're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
When I was 10.
And we're back here at Casper Park along with Dan Petschow, and joining us right now is Ryan Page. And Ryan, that was a nail biter.
Yes, it was. It was, but that's the type of game that we expected coming into today. Andy Davis is a real good pitcher. He used to play for us a few years back, and yeah, he's still the same guy that he used to be when he used to pitch for us. So I mean, he threw a dandy of a game.
And Tanner Halverson started out pretty hot, ran into a little bit of control trouble there, and there was a time there I thought somebody built a force field over home plate because he was coming close and they just weren't going there. But then things settled down and things got back under control.
Yeah, Tanner did well for us. Throwing as many balls as he did, how many walks he had, his pitch count got up there.
They said? Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually over 100, but like I said, he's still rehabbing his arm a little bit, so that's going to be expected from time to time. And Kelberg came in and was able to shut the door for us. He did a real nice job out of the pen today.
It's kind of nice to have a closer like Ethan Kelberg who can come in there and just take command of the situation.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And so the good thing about today is that worst case scenario, and we don't think much about worst case scenarios, but worst case scenario is you'll come out of here still in first place. Now, let's stretch that lead a little bit and get game number 2.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're going to try to do here. We'd definitely like to extend that lead by another game here. And I don't know, we got Paul Petit on the mound, and he's looking pretty good right now. So.
All right, outstanding. Well, good luck in game 2, and you're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we're back here at Casper Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petschow. And Dan, any final thoughts about game 1?
No, just good job by the Cavs again to stick with it and come out with a win.
They kept their cool. That's what I liked. And they did what they do. And, yeah, they didn't blow them out. But you know what? It all counts the same in that W column.
Yeah, somehow this year they're finding the ways to win.
So now they open up their lead in CRBL-North to 2 games, and they've got the Tigers coming up in game 2, and we're going to have that for you after some between-game entertainment. We're going to take a real brief technical timeout as well, but we'll run some of that between-game entertainment and see what happens for us right here on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned as coming up is between game entertainment followed by game 2 of today's Cavalier doubleheader.